right here, just fine. Right at the very edge. Here it is, straight across right here. 12 rounds for the championship of the world. Touch him up. Good luck.
Well, Donaire wanted to know how he would do against a taller fighter, a world-class taller fighter. He's about to find out, is this careful what you wish for? Or will Donaire dominate Mathebula, Roy, as he has dominated every opponent he's faced in recent years?
We shall soon find out.
There's the bell to begin round number 1, scheduled for 12. Donaire against the tall and lanky Mathebula. See if Mathebula could stay disciplined and use that jab. Donaire jumps in and lunges with the left.
Well, Mathebula said earlier in the fighter meeting that he didn't think Donaire had good punching power. He said he thought he had good punching power as a 115-pounder, but not as a 122-pounder.
Mathebula, we've seen where he has in his career started slowly and appeared to be outboxed by sharpshooters, only for Mathebula to rally late and take over the fight late.
In Donaire's second to last fight, he had that at bantamweight. He had that very impressive knockout of Fernando Montiel. Then in his last fight at bantamweight, it was a very cautious Omar Narvaez, who really just did a lot of moving around and staying away, didn't want to engage. And there just missed with that left cross.
Yeah, Mathebula's height has saved him a couple of times already. Nonito made some good moves to try to counter, but his height had him already out of distance before Nonito could land the punch.
So what does Nonito do, Roy?
Mathebula is now backing straight up, which is not good.
Well, when Donaire closes the gap, he negates the height advantage for Mathebula.
And that's what Nonito has to do. Just get close to him and put those big punches on him and try to get him out as quick as he can.
In this round, according to CompuBox, through the first 2 minutes, Mathebula has landed 4 of 35 jabs. But Roy, sometimes he throws it, he almost falls forward, which allows Donaire to jump in.
Yeah, he's bringing himself down to a shorter man.
Donaire's an amazing athlete, and he doesn't look it. You know, he's doing VADA, volunteer testing for performance enhancers year-round, Donaire. He's volunteered for it. And when you look at him, it's not like he has big calves or big hands or anything that would make you think he could really punch, Roy, but man, can he punch.
It's the speed and the velocity on his punches when he throws them.
And he's testing clean. It's not as though it's something not natural. It's just he's gifted.
Mathebula tries to go to the body. Donaire obviously quicker with the hands.
I think Mathebula has a different respect for Donaire's power now.
Soft left that Donaire gloved the side. End of round 1.
Looking very strong, but look, Noito, let me tell you one thing, okay? We got 12 rounds, okay? That's why I don't want you to get too excited, okay? Look, listen to me. I want you to be very careful when you're inside. He throws very wild from angles. Watch those elbows, watch the head, okay? Because he just swings with the elbows or anything, okay? Be very careful. I don't want to see no clutch or anything. Just one elbow, okay? I want you to fight. You could easily fight on your distance. On your distance, make him miss and then hit him, okay? Make him miss.
Keep your distance, keep that jab going. There you go. Okay. Right inside. Right inside, watch his wrist. He's just swinging wild now, okay? Deep breath in. Breathe in.
Box numbers, Donaire 13 of 40. Mathebula 15 of 71. Mathebula threw 47 jabs in that round, but he only landed 6. And although he may have landed more and thrown more, it was Donaire who controlled the action in that first round.
Donaire is doing something different, I think, in this fight so far, Roy. He fights a lot like you used to oftentimes kind of surrounding his opponent, using angles, using that great foot speed and hand speed. Here, in the first round at least, he's really just applying steady pressure, walking Mathebula down a bit.
Yeah, because Mathebula is tall, so you can't kind of cut the ring. I mean, you can cut the ring off on him, but you can't fight around him. If you fight around him, you're never going to reach him. He's too tall for that. He's 5 inches taller than Donaire. So Donaire has to go directly to him.
Sure, and it's one thing to try that, but when you haven't spent a career doing that, to do it as effectively as Donaire is doing it so far is impressive to me.
Right hand was blocked by Mathebula.
Dropping his hands in front of a taller opponent. I don't love that, Roy.
He jumped in with an uppercut.
He said he would do that. He said he would definitely drop his hands, and that's just really an act to show him that I have no respect for you. He's showing Mathebula that I have no respect for your punching power, no respect for you at all. That's all I want.
You get taught respect in boxing in a hurry when you do stuff like that.
Not Nonito. He's good enough, I think, that he can overcome his fear just like he's doing.
Good combination and a good hook to the body. Finished it off for Mathebula.
Ooh, he's throwing that home run hook, Donaire is.
Mathebula's throwing a pretty good punch himself, though.
Trade inside.
He's not afraid to trade with Nonito. That's surprising to me.
Donaire with a left hand with Mathebula against the ropes.
I don't love what Donaire is doing there, Roy. He's really loading up on the hook, hoping to end it early, it looks like to me.
I don't love it, but it's kind of the right thing to do for a shorter fighter against a taller fighter. You got to bum him out. You're not looking to outbox him because he has the reach advantage on you.
Catch him on the point of the chin. Mathebula doesn't stand straight up.
Going to the CompuBox at this point in the round. Nice combination by Mathebula. He's thrown 97 punches to Donaire's 40. Landed some pretty good scoring blows in this round. Donaire tries to get on him. Mathebula ties him up. End of round 2.
Okay. Look, Nita, when he started out, you know, having fun, that's the way you're gonna catch him easy with a counter, okay? He's fighting scared, okay? But don't let him get his head a little bit big, believing that he even has a chance. He does. Don't let him believe he's got a chance, okay? Let's keep controlling this fight, in and out, side to side, and let's go, okay? Let's get to work, okay? When you're in close, let's work some body. Let's work some body punches. Okay, bend your knees.
How are we feeling?
Good.
Work a double check. From the body to the edge. You caught him nice with body shots now, huh?
Keep that distance. Stiff. Speed must be in your mind all the time, Jeff, okay? Double jab. Keep that distance. He's loading with the right hands in the hook.
According to the CompuBox numbers, Donaire landed 15 of 44. 14 of those connects were power shots. Mathebula threw 112 punches, landed 27. He was 14 of 66 with his jab and had a pretty good round 2.
I didn't see Mathebula land 27 punches, and I thought Donaire won the round.
Well, I thought some of the punches Mathebula landed, some of his better punches were actually body shots.
Right.
And that was impressive because you don't often see the tall guy go to the body on the shorter guy.
Although more and more in recent years, Roy, you mentioned Paul Williams in our previous fight, Kelly Pavlik, and Diego Corrales used to, the late great Diego Corrales.
All three of them fought, though, much like short fighters.
Right, and Mathebula fights on the outside.
That's exactly right. That's why it's surprising that Mathebula is going to the body as much as he is. What's going to be impressive is if he can survive these next 2 or 3 rounds, it seems that he gets stronger in the second half of the fight. That's when you'll start to find out what's really going to happen.
When you mention he, what do you mean he?
Mathebula. I keep messing his name up. Mathebula.
Mathebula.
Well, that's one of the reasons I really think South African fighters don't get more press. Names are hard to pronounce. They don't fight a lot on American TV.
But it's like you said, they go through one heck of a culling process to get to the United States and to be able to fight on American TV.
That's right. If you see them on American TV, it means they can fight.
A lot of moving around there. It was Mathebula, though, that finished that entire feinting exchange with a jab that caught the chin of Donaire. Work inside with the left hand from Mathebula, then he fires out a jab, combination to the body.
Yeah, and you're seeing some of the effects of Donaire, the pressure fighter, unused to doing this. He's coming in, not behind the jab, and he's throwing that home run left hook as though he hopes that's going to end the fight. And Mathebula is able to score with some combinations, some jabs on the way inside. On Donaire's way inside.
Yeah, the one thing I think Donaire has to do, though, that Robert Garcia told him in the corner, was to go to the body some while he's on the attack.
I think Donaire is throwing significantly harder than Mathebula.
Yeah, but he's not landing.
I see him landing here and there. I see him landing some pretty good left hooks.
If he went to the body more, it would open up some big head shots for him.
Combination from Mathebula. Right hand was blocked by Donaire. End of round 3.
Take a deep breath. I've been good. Okay. That was good. Have fun. That's what I want to see. I just don't want you to jump in with one hard punch. I want you to start here and start aim at the chest and the body, okay? Because when you aim hard, he just steps back and you can miss very easy. Okay?
Good. Okay, deep breath. How are we feeling? Can I help you later? Good. Okay, stop talking and listen now.
Okay.
You're catching him with the right hand, but I want to set him up for the right hand. Stiff, hold, and drop. Not all the time, just now and again. Okay, he's starting to breathe a bit. So you see that? And the face is marking.
He's slowing down now, okay?
Using the jab. Jab, step around him.
Clear the ring. Round 4.
There is Rachel Donaire, Nonito's wife, married in August of 2008, former member of the USA National Taekwondo team. Athletic household. As we begin round number 4, we bring in our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob, I've got a 29-28, 2 rounds to 1, Nonito Donaire. Now, I got to tell you something. This fight, you've got to measure how many jabs the mongoose has to land to offset one wallop that Nonito Donaire lands, and who did more damage. I mean, I thought in round 2 when he threw over 100 punches, he did more than the mongoose. But certainly in rounds 1 and 3, I thought Donaire did a lot more with the fewer wallops he landed. Whether it's a hard left or a hard overhand right. But that's what you judge him. You say, see, he lands a lot of jabs. Does he do enough to offset those wallops? That's what you have to judge, and it ain't easy. Let me tell you. 2-1, Nonito Donaire.
Very nice window into the judging eyes.
The thing about Mathebula is he's landing those little kind of pity pats inside, really. More than pity pats, but not a whole lot more. But he's the kind of fighter who comes out harder in the second half. And Roy, some of those little touches now, where he knows he can touch him in the second half of the fight, if it goes that long, can be harder shots.
They can be much harder shots, and they can have much more of a devastating effect late on a fight. As he said in his corner, what they said in his corner, Nonito's face is starting to show a little redness. That could be a problem if this fight goes for a long period of time.
Interesting. That third round will be interesting, especially if this is a close fight, to see how the judges scored that round. Yeah. Harold gave that round to Donaire as Donaire steps in with a couple of power shots.
I think Donaire's clearly carrying this round. I thought Donaire won the second and Mathebula won the third, but Harold is sitting here judging, not making commentary, and so I'll take his word for it.
And Harold usually does a pretty good job of judging.
Say so.
Good left hand of the body from Donaire.
No blood from Mathebula's nose.
Donaire has caught Mathebula with a lot more of those shots in this round.
Yeah, I think he's starting to tire just a little bit. Mathebula is.
This is where Donaire's conditioning in this fight is really going to come into a premium, because he's got to work really hard just to get into the right range.
That was another great body shot by Donaire.
Donaire is giving Mathebula all kinds of chances by keeping his hands that low. And he hasn't really paid for it yet, Roy, but sometimes these guys get in those exchanges and they throw some shots, and Donaire's putting himself at unnecessary risk.
Oh, left hand drops Mathebula.
Maybe not when you can punch like that.
Cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
Come to me. All right?
Mathebula's up, first down in his career. He's been down on the canvas, a left hand near the end of round 4.
Holy smokes.
A devastating left hand.
Look at me. Look at me.
Here you see the Filipino flash dip inside with a hook, wham, right over the top of Mathebula's right hand. A beautiful, well-placed left hook. Once again, he blocks the shot, boom, right on the jaw, a beautiful left hook.
He was looking for that shot since the opening round, since the opening bell.
Exactly. And there it is. That's how you chop a tall tree down.
And there's Rachel Donaire celebrating the knockdown. So Mathebula could throw 100 punches in the round, but one good left hand like that, those power shots, and change the whole feel of everything. Good uppercut from Donaire. Fires off a right and a left. Mathebula back on his heels here to start the 5th.
And when you look at a guy like Nonito Donaire, you know he's done his homework. He studied Mathebula. He knows that Mathebula is not a real dangerous one-punch knockout artist. So he can drop his hands and play with him and find them openings like he did in that last round.
This round, though, I feel as though Donaire's being a little more responsible. He's backing off at certain times to get his range back, get his distance, get his balance. He's trying to pick off some more shots, and as I say, that Mathebula lands some good shots.
But isn't that a little bit of a carryover from the last round where he fought smart and was very effective, and then eventually he got his big shot in?
This is a new role for Donaire as the kind of walk-in pressure fighter looking to land the one big left hand, but people have big hopes for Donaire in boxing. How high can he go in weight? Can he be effective against larger fighters? And I suppose in many respects, ooh, good right hand from Mathebula.
We knew he was going to pick it up late in the fight. It's just a matter of time. However, this is making the fight very interesting. He's landed some very good hard shots this round, Mathebula has, but Donaire has not taken a step back, which means he's willing to sacrifice to land his big shot.
And then Donaire steps in with a thumping right, that one blocked by the left glove of Mathebula.
In many respects, this is an audition. Donaire wants to know for himself, can he fight a bigger, longer, rangier fighter as a pressure fighter?
Oh, good left hand by Donaire. And he fires up with another shot. This is another one of those Max Kellerman sort of rounds. Who would you rather be at the end of the round?
I'd rather be Donaire this round. Mathebula landed one punch in particular that stopped Donaire in his tracks for a second. And otherwise, the heavy artillery has been Donaire, I feel.
A little swelling on the left eye of Donaire. Final seconds of the 5th round. Right on the bell.
Good. It was not up to the bell.
Thank you, Steve.
Look, don't let him even think he's got a chance, okay? I want to see a little more body.
Next Saturday night, 140-pounders Amir Khan and Danny Garcia's war of words gives way to their battle in the ring. 2 title belts on the line in that one. Then August 25th, catch the premiere of 24/7 Road to Ward Dawson as we set the table for the big September 8th showdown between 168-pound kingpin Andre Ward and the sport's top 175-pound fighter Bad Chad Dawson.
That's when your better punches land. Let's get it. Let's see more that more action. Okay, side to side, make a miss, have fun. Don't jump. Don't jump in with your punches. Don't jump in with your punches.
Six, Nonito. Mouthpiece. 6 up. Mouthpiece. Lock.
There's the bell to begin round number 6. Jeffrey Mathebula down with a left hand in round 4.
How about the fact that Mathebula was basically saved by the bell in the previous round, and 60 seconds later, with 60 seconds to clear his head, fights his butt off in the very next round.
Not only that, I must tell you that I've been sitting here watching him. Mathebula has a very good defense for a tall fighter. The only time Nonito really can hit him is when he's trying to hit Nonito, which means he has to open up the punch, of course. But when he doesn't open up the punch, it's very difficult for Nonito to land solid punches on the tall fella.
Yeah, by the way, this is the kind of fight. Oh, good
Combination by Mathebula.
This is the kind of fight maybe easier to score at home on a high-def TV, where a lot of these high-velocity punches that Donaire is throwing and impressing us ringside may not be connecting as frequently as I think here ringside, and meanwhile Mathebula could be touching Donaire with a little more force in his face than I'm giving him credit for.
Well, I like to see here at ringside.
I agree. In terms of the force with which they're throwing the shots, there's no comparison. Nonito's throwing much harder than Mathebula, if not always landing.
Mathebula averaging throwing 99 punches per round. He's throwing 62 jabs around, according to CompuBox.
He's not a big puncher, Mathebula, that is, but he does sneak a hard punch down the pipe every now and then on Nonito.
Right hand from Donaire.
Like that. Great right hand by Mathebula just did.
Mathebula's hitting Donaire on the button with that right hand about a half a dozen times this round.
That's right. It's not bothering him, but he is landing the punch.
12 of Mathebula's career 14 knockouts have come inside of the first 4 rounds. Mathebula giving Donaire back a little of his own medicine.
Great hook by Mathebula just did.
And Donaire's getting hit because his hands are on his hips. Get away with that against the guy 5 feet tall in the flyweight division. 6 feet tall at super bantam, not the same.
Where he's gone from being sort of the bigger man in the ring to being appreciably shorter here. Left hand by Mathebula touched the face of Donaire. Donaire steps back in with a power shot of his own. Pretty good round, though, for Jeffrey Mathebula.
Thank you. Runs out for me, okay? Runs for me. Good round, good round. Throw punches from angles.
Gotta breathe now.
But you're not dropping enough right hands on him, huh? Look at the right hand, let the right hand go by himself. Okay.
Every second jab, the right hand must go. Come back, you caught him nice left hook. On the shoulder with a left hook.
Thank you.
Breathe. It's gonna help you.
That distance, fucking see everything coming. You see everything coming, and he ain't landing nothing. I want to see more of that. Okay?
Round 7. Round 7.
We're halfway, okay? We're halfway.
I'll
Let's
be
go.
10 seconds out. Clear the ring, gentlemen. Let's go.
Round 7. How we doing, Kim?
Gorgeous night here in Southern California, the host Depot Center in Carson, California, as we begin round 7 for Nonito Donaire and Jeffrey Mathebula. We check in once again with Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob, I got it 58-55. 4 rounds to 2, Nonito Donaire. Bob, I agree with you. Round 6, where you know, you said that Mathebula had a good round. He did. Yeah, I find it very interesting that Nick Durant in Mathebula's corner is telling him to drop the right hand. Mark Breland used to do that. He was a big, tall guy, and you know, he would bring that right hand down on you. And when you throw that right hand over the top, you drop it on a shorter opponent, you can knock him into the second row. And that's what Nick Durant wants to see. Mathebula basically is sticking to that left jab and not dropping the right hand. It's interesting because Donaire's got his hands way down, and if Mathebula dropped the right hand, Donaire would never be able to block it. 4 rounds to 2, Nonito Donaire.
And remember, Donaire scored the knockdown in the 4th round with that left hand. First time that Mathebula has been down in his career.
Well, Mathebula, if his career pattern holds up, might start dropping that right hand any minute because he generally performs better against his best opponents in the second half of fights, Roy.
Yeah, he generally does, but he generally doesn't get knocked down in the early part either. So we'll have to see will that knockdown affect him getting more busy in the second half like he normally does. Will he hold to form, or will the knockdown discourage him from being the old Mathebula?
Well, what about the pressure sort of on Donaire? Like, as Max said, he's having to fight a different kind of fight than he's used to. You know, he's got to do a lot of work just to get in the right range.
Yes, he does, but this is what he wanted. This is what he asked for. So, of course, there's not pressure on him. For him, it's just that he has to do it. He knew what his job was when he accepted the job. That's why he asked for Mathebula.
Now, I got to say, Donaire is throwing a kind of a funky left jab, almost like a hook, that's knocking Mathebula's head way back and looks really good. And sure, it's effective, but it's not really a devastating punch the way the crowd is reacting, I don't think, Roy. It's not like the hook he threw earlier.
No, it's not devastating. It's just that it knocks your head straight up in the air, and that's what the crowd wants to see. It's the reaction of the neck snapping back. And to be honest with you, that's the same left jab that Cotto used to bloody Floyd's nose with. Not that a devastating punch is more aggravating than devastating.
Aggravating and crowd pleasing.
Mathebula just continues to pump out that jab. Donaire steps in to the left, shoots the right hand.
But I think Donaire is throwing it more now, Roy, because, as you mentioned, Mathebula has a tricky defense, and he's taking away most of Donaire's heavy left hooks.
And his height allows him to be out of the way of the left hook a lot quicker than most people would be. So the jab goes further than the left hook would travel.
End of round 7.
Breathe. Take deep breaths right away. How you feeling?
Good.
Condition good?
Yeah.
Okay?
My leg's coming back.
Yeah? Okay.
Was dead, was sleeping.
Okay. Look. That jab. Right to the
Round 8. Round 8.
Jab to the head. Landed 3 or 4 times. Want some more of that. Switch it to a left hook after that, okay? Step in with a jab, with a 1-2 to the body, and then left hook upstairs, and it'll land, okay? You see? You see working inside, working...
Just a mouse, round 8 coming up. You all good?
We're good. Left hook on the shoulder. We won that round. Now we need to come back on it.
We need to come back big now.
You're not doing any, you're not throwing anything at him, so that's why he's playing in front of you.
Playing. Don't let him play. Don't let him play.
Again, round number 8 for Mathebula, according to CompuBox, the 52 punches that he threw in round 7, by far his lowest output. Only threw 1 real sustained power shot, and even his corner, Nick Durant, kind of said, you're not doing that much. You're allowing him to sort of control it.
Yeah, that was the first round of the second half of the fight. If that was an inclination of how he's going to perform, then he's not going to be the normal Mathebula in this fight.
Got a couple questions answered so far tonight. You know, Mathebula's camp, Nick Durant, and Mathebula believe that at 122 pounds, Donaire's not a puncher. We've seen that he is. Flatten Mathebula, who seemed to be saved by the bell with a left hand earlier in the fight. And Mathebula's gotten up and fought hard since then, and it may have won the very next round after the knockdown. We also see Donaire is bothered by a world-class taller fighter. He's a little easier to hit with the jab than he should be. Now he's using that foot speed, Roy, to create angles and embarrass Mathebula.
You better be careful because Mathebula can throw a pretty decent left hook at times.
And that left jab of Mathebula has had some effect on Donaire, with the fact that there's swelling under the left eye of Donaire.
He's just not using his left jab enough. Mathebula is.
In other words, he's not using it effectively. I mean, he's throwing 59 jabs around, but you'd like to see it more effective.
Well, no, he'd have to even throw more jabs because when he's outside like this is his time to get off. So if he's going to win the fight, his jab is his best punch, like right there. He was throwing it and it enabled him to land 3 or 4 other punches. If he throws it, he can land more punches behind it. But by saving it and throwing 59 around, when that's his best weapon, he can't win the fight like that.
I'll tell you what, rangy fighters, taller than Donaire, who are world class and can punch with the right hand, have got to be liking what they're seeing so far, because Mathebula is really able to reach Donaire cleanly, much more than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, but that's only because Donaire is always on the attack right here. He's not normally going to be on the attack against guys that are not quite this tall. He knows that Mathebula.
But what about the tall guys as Donaire moves up, if he continues to move up, who he will have to come in on, who can punch better than Mathebula?
We don't know many guys at 126 that are 5'11" inches tall.
Touche.
He'd have to go up a couple more weights.
Nor 130.
Super middleweight.
Exactly.
That's true.
Closing seconds of the 8th round. Maybe the most impressive punches landed by Mathebula in that round.
Thank you, Johnny.
Side. Let's spin. Let's do everything, but let go of your hands. Okay? Okay. Fight close to him. You're fighting a little bit too far. That's why you're missing. Okay? You're fighting a little bit too far. Let's step in a little bit closer, especially with a jab. Step in with a double jab, and then you come in and follow after. Okay? Okay?
Speed, jab, drop the right.
He's got confidence. He's coming forward. Put him back on the back foot now. Yes, inside channel first. Right punch. Clear the ring.
Round number 9 underway, scheduled for 12. Nonito Donaire and Jeffrey Mathebula as they look to unify 122-pound belts. There's been one knockdown in the fight. Mathebula got dropped by a left hand in round 4.
Donaire could be in some danger here because while he's creating the impression that he's the more talented fighter who's able to play around, he's already dropped Mathebula viciously. Meanwhile, while he's playing around, Mathebula's steady landing shots.
Yeah, pretty good shot.
Look at the face of Donaire. Forehead, left eye, swelling.
So the overall impression Donaire's leaving is, yes, I'm the better man, but he may not be winning these rounds.
Right, like the last round.
He just has to punch more. Part of the problem is, if you watch at the end of the last round, right when he gets started, that jab makes him stop. Sometimes a good stiff jab can neutralize a guy's attack. And that's what Mathebula is doing with his jab right now.
How about Donaire getting that jab on track?
Donaire in this fight has landed 37 of 169 jabs, 22%, throwing 13 around.
Donaire looking for a home run left hook, got hit by about 8 shots.
Exactly right. That's what Mathebula does well.
Some of it blocked, some of it not.
Most of them landed, I thought. Donaire unable to kind of will Mathebula into a knockout so far. Is now trying to counter off of Mathebula's jabs.
Yeah. One thing Donaire can do right here that he doesn't realize is that he can jab with the jabber, and it'll enable him to land a lot more bigger punches.
Right, that's what I mean. He's now realizing, okay, I got to do more than just will this thing. I have to actually apply some technique here. Let me counter off what Mathebula's doing. Look, he's not setting up his own punches, Donaire.
That's right. He uses jab to set up his own punches.
And Mathebula has stuck with the script as far as what he needs to do to sort of control range and make this fight hard for Donaire. We come to the end of round number 9, but some good discipline by Jeffrey Mathebula in the last 2 rounds.
Thanks, Cap.
Very good discipline.
I want you to rinse here.
Yes, you're not working hard enough. Arms down. Freeze.
Rinse for me.
How you feeling? Good.
Yeah, we got 3 rounds left, sir.
3 rounds.
Outbox him. Outbox. Speed. Drop the punches. Okay. We can't handle 4 5s. He's confused.
When you 3, 4, 5, you
Thank you.
You make a miss, but you're too far to counter. Stay a little bit closer, and then make a miss. That's where you catch him. That's where you're gonna catch him. When you're a little bit closer, you're fighting too far.
Mouthpiece in, seconds out, clear the ring.
Let's get him, okay?
Clear the ring.
Get the punch going.
See the face of Nonito Donaire marked up from that jab of Jeffrey Mathebula. We begin round number 10, scheduled for 12. Each man putting his 122-pound belt on the line. Bring in Harold Letterman for his scorecard.
Okay, Bob. I got an 86-84, 5 rounds to 4. Nonito Donaire. You know, he's up 1 point, 5 rounds to 4, and he also gets that extra point for the knockdown around 4. So, you know, although the fight is very, very close, Donaire's up 2 points. Now, in rounds 8 and 9, certainly Nonito Donaire just didn't do enough. I mean, he chased him, but he didn't punch. Mathebula won both those rounds just by getting off and being very, very busy. But remember, at the end of round 7, Nonito Donaire was complaining in his corner that his leg fell asleep, and I think that may have something to do with it. Be as it may, Donaire's got to punch more. No question about that, or Mathebula could pull out this fight. 5 rounds to 4, Nonito Donaire.
Donaire has never scored a knockout past the 8th round. We're in round 10.
Heard Robert Garcia in the corner telling Donaire how to catch Mathebula. And that seems to be Donaire's game plan coming in, to catch him, rather than to apply his boxing skills and speed, Roy, to effectively win moments of the fight and the round. He's simply trying to catch him with something big.
Good body shot by Donaire. And they get tangled up.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. And the bad part about it is he's not fighting behind his jab right now. This is when a jab is most effective, like that right there. If he would do that, he would set up bigger punches. But because he's just trying to catch him, it's very difficult to catch this tall kid, Mathebula, because he's so tall that he's out of range when normal people would still be in range, like that.
And that left eye is starting to swell for Donaire, swell shut a little bit.
And Roy, the point that you brought up earlier, it seems as if Mathebula's jab has gotten a little stronger in the second half of this fight.
Yeah, it has, and that's what he's normally, that's usually characteristic of him, is to get stronger later in the fight. Oh, good shot, good uppercut. I don't like Nonito trading 6 for 1.
There's the end of round number 10.
Championship rounds coming up, okay? Last 2 rounds. 1 punch is not going to do it anymore. I want you to step in and throwing wide punches is not gonna drop him. I want to see short punches inside. That's what's gonna hurt him, okay?
Round 11, all good?
Short punches inside with rhythm. Don't lose your concentration on your defense. Don't lose that, okay? Keep you working inside, side to side, and those short 2-3 punch combinations, not just one punch.
Side with him, bring the uppercut through the middle.
Uppercut. You go with him nice uppercut. Yeah, he's doing good.
Thank you.
More uppercut. More uppercut.
Come guys, come guys.
Please. You gotta fucking work now.
Fucking Vaseline, man.
Mouthpiece in. Round 11. 10-1. Mouthpiece.
According to the CompuBox numbers in the last round, Donaire landed 5 of 29, 4 of 11 power shots to Mathebula's 17 of 73. Quite close on Harold Letterman's scorecard.
Mathebula badly outboxed Donaire in the last round.
And I just, I was surprised when I took us to the end of the last round. There was still 30 seconds on our clock. That last round was 30 seconds short.
I thought that. It seemed like it was really short to me, too.
Now, let me ask you guys something. Who was that good for that it was a short round the way it was going?
Well, I thought Mathebula won the round.
Me too. I think Donaire lucked out a little bit that it was a short round.
He sure did.
I actually have Mathebula ahead at this point.
I could see that.
Well, now Donaire is starting to lead with his jab. That's what he should have been doing 2 or 3 rounds ago. See that? He gets off first by leading with his own jab and it enables him to land other punches, or at least to not allow Mathebula to land his jab.
No matter how spectacular a fighter seems, you fight one top fighter in your weight division after another, especially in a stacked division. They're going to be tough fights. You saw Sergio Martinez fight Matthew Macklin, solid contender. First 5 rounds were very competitive and close. Gennady Golovkin is out there at middleweight. Fight guys like that every fight.
See what happens when he uses his jab. It's so beautiful when he jabs.
Sets up the right hand there.
Sets up everything.
And that's what Donaire is doing. He's fighting one top guy after another. In this division, this is what you get.
He hurt Mathebula with that right hand, I guarantee you. That's why Mathebula is not punching now.
Donaire stepping in with some power shots. And you're right, Troy, he did hurt him because Mathebula has not really thrown a punch for like the last 30 seconds
since that right hand. May have broken his nose or something.
And these are the championship rounds, as Robert Garcia said.
When was the last time Mathebula actually threw a punch? He's hurt. Something's wrong with him. That's the first one in almost 40 seconds. What's coming from his mouth?
His jaw broke or his nose, something broke.
But Robert Garcia told Donaire, I think he looked like he broke his jaw, Roy, the way he's hanging open.
Something's broke. I don't know what. Something hurt pretty bad if it's not broke.
Robert Garcia told Donaire these are the championship rounds. And among top fighters in tough divisions like this is what separates the good from the great, these rounds.
And look at the way Mathebula is holding his gloves right up against his face.
There's something wrong with him. Yep.
Donaire came out determined in this round. And may have broken something in Mathebula's face.
A tooth out or something.
And may have changed this fight in the nick of time.
Just sit up. Sit up. This fucking cameraman, man. Fuck you, man.
Hey, Doc, we got to cut of some sort. I'm going to take a look.
Lift up.
I think it's going to be okay.
Give it to me.
Stand by.
There we go. Split up, split up.
Is it on the tongue or what?
Split up.
Stay close to him. Don't let him get out first. Don't let him even have a chance anymore. Stay busy, stay busy. Stay on him. Last round, okay?
3 minutes.
Hey, this motherfucker's gonna come smoking now to try and knock you out in the last round. Keep your head on your shoulders. You're gonna shake hands. This is the 12th round. Smoking now, huh?
12th and final round. Donaire's belt, Mathebula's belt on the line at 122 pounds. Mathebula averages throwing 80 punches around this fight. Last round he threw 25 total after that right hand from Donaire.
Donaire's knocked him down, may have busted his jaw, has had some big rounds, but this round, this 12th round, could determine this fight.
Lunging left from Donaire.
I don't know what he did to him in that last round with that right hand, but it definitely changed the outcome and the pace of this fight. Mathebula is not even punching anymore. He's backing back in a defensive posture.
Yeah, it was like you threw that jab, you were scared to throw it, boy.
Something definitely happened to him in round 11.
Donaire needed to come up with something big, it seemed to us, to start that round, and he did.
And Roy, you mentioned that Donaire used his jab, which set up that right hand, and then Mathebula stopped throwing punches thereafter.
Yeah, Mathebula is not even hardly jabbing now.
It looks to me like he's trying to keep that jaw in place before this bell rings. Until this bell rings.
Oh, right hand by Mathebula.
And you got to give Donaire's chin some credit too, because that was one of the chopping right hands that they talked about earlier.
Mathebula landing some good shots here.
I just don't understand why Mathebula abandoned his jab. His jab was doing really good for him, but as soon as Nonito started jabbing, he stopped.
Boy, you got to give Mathebula so much credit. Obviously something busted in his face. Climbed off the deck after a devastating hook. Donaire is hungry, chasing him, and Mathebula has landed some real good shots here.
Left hand by Donaire to the head of Mathebula. Steps in with a right. I'm fascinated to know what Mathebula hurt in that 11th round when he stopped punching after he took that right hand.
And how this fight has been scored so far, and if it's in the balance right now in the next 20 seconds.
I had a toss-up coming into this last round.
I thought Nonito pulled it out in that last round.
Donaire says, bring it on. Fires a couple power shots. That's how it ends.
That's all I want to. That's all I want to.
One more round. Nice job.
Nonito Donaire and Jeffrey Mathebula. Tough 12 rounds.
Champion, corner. Nice job. Thank you. Some people here.
Just amazing in the last 2 rounds. Mathebula's punch output just totally dwindled. Through 25 in the 11th and only 36 in the 12th.
We're going to show you a right hand pretty soon. That's obviously the one that it looks like broke Mathebula's jaw when a fighter is breathing through his mouth, Roy. Gets hit on the button.
This came in round number 11.
Yeah, you saw him come behind his jab finally, Nonito Donaire. And start using it in that 11th round. And when he did, he was able to land big shots. Like this right hand, that was the jab. Followed by a straight right hand that probably broke this kid's jaw. That is a devastating right hand. One of the best right hands thrown in the fight. Definitely the best right hand landed all night.
That came in round 11. And as I mentioned before, Mathebula was throwing about 80 punches around to that point. He only threw 25 punches in round 11 and 36 in round 12. Well, how did the judges have it scored? Let's find out from our ring announcer, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds here at the Home Depot Center, we go to the official scorecard. Judge Davis scores it 117 to 110. Judge Morrow 118 to 109. And Judge Duarte scores it 119 to 108. For the winner, by way of unanimous decision. And now the unified WBO and IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the world, the Filipino Flash,